Hello, hello. We will just chitter chat a little bit while we're waiting for people to come on in. So is that Mickey Mouse in the back, Minnie Mouse in the background?
Yeah, my one of my daughters got that for me one year. So
Yeah, I actually have a few little Minnie Mouse things in my craft room, which when I get it cleaned up, I'm going to do a little craft room tour. And I'm going to try to get back into my crafting next year. And I want to get the closet in there cleaned out so I can store my homeless ministry stuff in there. So I can kind of get some of that, get organized and kind of get some of that stuff out of my daughter's room. I'd
yeah,
like to
I've
put
got
a
a
shelf
lot
in
of
there too.
right.
Oh,
I've
I
got
got
a
some donations today. I got a $20 donation and some clothes and a coat. Hello, Autumn. How are you? So,
well, that's nice.
hello, yellow shirt dad. How are you, Jean? I was just thinking about you today, just out of the blue. Anyway, I was just, and I was also started filling out my Christmas cards, and, I mean, we only send out like six or seven maybe cards. That's it. And then I send YouTube, and then I've already made out my cards for the homeless ministry, and we're going to put them in the stockings, I think.
Oh, that'll be
Our
sweet.
goal is to try to get 25 little food bags, but we're doing like the smaller size, like the pretty sacks they give out at Christmas. We're going to do the smaller bags. That way we can hopefully give enough to everybody.
Yeah.
Because we go there, we don't have enough because there's so many people there. So our goal is to try to get 25 food bags. Normally it comes pretty easy. This Christmas month, it was a little more hard because, we're trying to buy Christmas for our family too. So
yeah. Well, you'll grow. You're growing now.
yeah.
So.
Well, it seems like every single time I go to church, I get donations, and this time I got 3. One coat, a lady brought clothes, and another lady gave me a $20 bill. So
That's really cool.
that is awesome. So that'll help buy. I think I made out a little budget. You know how you can look up things on, hello, Jesse. You know how you can look up prices on Walmart. I made a list of what I wanted to buy, and I looked up the prices. So I have an exact budget of everything I'm going to get. So that way the money goes just as far as possible. Hello, Julie McKenzie. How are you? If any of you guys have a community tab, if you guys will share this out so we can get a few more people in the live today. And if you are not friends with Heather at Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, I do have her link pinned to the top of the chat. If ever during this live you want your link to be dropped, just type the word dolphin and it'll drop that for you. All right. You ready to get started?
All right.
Okay. Let's see. How long have you been making YouTube videos?
About 5.5 months.
5.5 months. Hey, 400 is not bad for 5.5 months. I think you're doing good. That's awesome. Why did you start your YouTube channel?
Well, I was really hesitant for several years on doing it. Scared, nervous of videotaping myself and talking to myself where everybody can hear me. Mainly because, and then another thing that stopped me too is I thought, well, everybody's doing the things that I'm doing, right? And then my family and friends were like, you should do it because maybe your voice or maybe the way you do things will help inspire.
Yeah, maybe it's a different way of doing it because everybody's doing things differently. Yeah. So maybe you just do things a little bit different. Hello, Andale Homestead, and welcome in Alfonso. Hello, No Judgment here with Tish Ross. I'm going to be on No Judgment here with Tish Ross, and I'm going to tell my story about my sister. That date is coming up pretty soon. I think it might be this week. I have a calendar on my phone I look at. So if you're in the chat, Tish, if you can remember what it is, type it in the chat. And I'm definitely going to share it out so people can come. So I'm going to go on there and tell the story about my sister. So if you haven't heard it, that'd be a good night to go in there and hear it. What state are you in? It's on the 27th.
I'm in Northwest Oregon.
Okay.
Oh, West Coast.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What now?
I said West Coast.
West Coast. How many kids do you have?
I have 4 biological children, and then I've done fostering.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. I think you might have mentioned that one time. Yeah. It's so funny because I always want to ask people how many kids they have. And I'm like, is that considered too personal? I don't know. But I was just curious. I'm one of 4 kids. I'm the second of 4 kids in the family.
Okay. I'm the only one. I'm an only
child, and then you had 4, and then some foster kids. That's cool. Well, maybe because you were an only child, that's why you wanted to have
maybe.
kids for you wanted to have siblings for them.
Yeah.
Let's see. What kind of animals do you have on your homestead?
So we started out with pigs, but we don't currently have pigs now. We did Berkshire pigs. Currently right now we have Dexter cows. So that was our next big purchase. We had horses as well when we first got the farm, and now we don't have horses. So we have Dexter cows right now. I have 2 goats, and I have chickens and dogs and a cat.
Hello, My Alabama Farm Life. Hello, Kathleen. Welcome in. I'm going down my list of questions. How many years have you been gardening?
Well, I kind of grew up, my mom did gardening, so I grew up having to weed a lot.
Yeah.
I would say I kind of dabbled in it as like a young adult, a little here and there. Oh my gosh, most of my life, I guess, but I still have so much to learn. So,
hi, Garden State so-and-so. Welcome in.
Hello.
Yeah, I learned it from my dad, and that was actually going to be my next question: is who taught you gardening? But you already answered that. Your mom.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I like to ask that because mine is my dad. Let's see. What is your favorite vegetable to grow in your garden?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm always trying to do new things, which I think is good to experiment as long as you're getting the things that you want. Probably tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, because I make a lot of, and I do a lot of sauce and stuff like that, and salsa. Salsa is like a big thing in our house. So
awesome. Yeah, I like tomatoes too. Welcome in. Mona did what? Hello. What kind of compost do you use in your garden? Like, do you start like right now composting it for next year, or do you just kind of like throw a few things together like at the beginning of the year? I mean, everybody kind of does that different.
Right. So since we've been on the farm, I was doing small scale composting, and now we're doing a much larger scale composting. So I use that, and I will put like fresh goat bedding, the dirty goat bedding, chicken manure, cow manures. We collect it like in this early summer from the cows, and we just put it in a big pile all year long to compost. And I put all my food scraps and hay that was spilled on the ground that's not being eaten, grass clippings, weeds, and we turn it. So we've got yards and yards of compost that we work on from like early spring, and then we use it the following spring. And then we have a secondary pile that was from the previous year that we use like in the fall and so yeah, we've got a lot of compost.
Yeah, we have a compost bin, and then we have an area over there where we put leaves. And then hubby, when he's mowing the lawn, he'll like drive over a little bit to compost it down. And I use that in the garden beds. Also, the chickens like to scratch over there, so they probably add a little extra something to the compost over there too. Yeah. And then I do some of that compost in place method where I add like paper and
Yeah,
vegetables and banana
yeah,
peelings and all kinds of stuff like that. And I
yeah.
know eggshells take about 3 years, I think, to break down, is what I've heard. And
I don't know.
then add
I
leaves
do.
on top.
Yeah, I put my paper towel and towel paper rolls in there
Yeah. I
in
have a
the
shredder, so
compost.
I shred mine in. And
Yeah, yeah. So I do
pull them
that.
apart and then shred them and then put that stuff
Right.
out there. So I've been actively composting. This is my time of year. I start doing it. And then, of course, the chicken manure and the paper and the banana peels. But I actually cut my banana peels into 1 inch or half an inch pieces, so it'll break down a little bit better. And,
Yeah, yeah. I do. Yeah, some of it I cut up small, but since I've got such a big composting, it's easy just to dig a hole and then use a tractor to put on it. But when when you have a smaller one, you got to make
yeah,
it smaller.
I'm doing a lot of composting in place where I just put it where I'm going. I leave room where I like my new beds. I leave room where I can continue to add, and then once it gets close to the top, I take some out and add some new layers of. But anyway, I haven't got to the top of anything yet, so I haven't had to do that. But I do have one container out there that I need to take some of the dirt out so I can compost some stuff in there. But
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we do a lot of that, in the late fall and then fresh stuff in the early spring, depending upon what beds might need it and stuff like that.
hi, Christine.
Hello.
Christine, Mrs. Gillum Farms, welcome in. Let's see. Okay. How long have you been canning?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I think I started right shortly after my second child was born. So a while, but I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, excuse me. I mostly just did like tomato sauce and jellies. And then in the last 2 or 3 years, I started doing pressure canning, doing meats and soups and things like that. So,
what's your favorite thing to can?
That's hard to say. So the tomato sauce takes quite a long time for cooking down. I wouldn't say that one, even though that's like the key thing that we try to get canned up for the year.
So you use it the most, but it's the hardest prep.
Yeah, it takes the longest for sure. I don't know. I made some ketchup this year. That was fun. Takes a long time. What else? I like doing pickles.
Pickles, yeah. I wanted to try pickles this year, but I didn't seem to get enough together all at the same time.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that I have as
well. And I'm like, what do you do to preserve them while you're waiting for more? Hello, legal-minded friends and Karen Cole.
So
and welcome in, Crazy Ed's Adventures. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Ed's Crazy Adventures. I said that backwards. Sorry.
So either you plant more plants to get more pickles, or you just do small batches of them.
Yeah, maybe.
It's best to do them as soon as you can.
I actually grow a lot of what people send me. Like I'll have my basic stuff that if I don't have it, I'll buy it. But a lot of what I grow is stuff people sent me. Yeah. You would be shocked at how much seed has been given to me.
That's good.
Tons of seed. I was cleaning through something the other day, getting the house ready for holiday decorating and stuff. And I came across some seeds that I had lost, and I found them, and now they're in the right container and everything. So there's a few more seeds added to the thing that I didn't even know I had. And then I'm always winning on Garden State Gardener. And then I usually have a few friends that send out seeds in my Christmas cards too. So just random friend mail. And then the other day I got some seeds in the mail. I actually got my first Christmas card.
Yeah. What? Wow.
I
Somebody
know, I
told me.
know. I was shocked. But yes, now it's gonna have. I have a drawer in the kitchen where I actually put. If it's just a card and not a package, I'll save it until I get. My thing is three. Until I get at least three.
Okay.
And then I'll do my friend mail. Hello, Nancy, with Our Treasured Home. How are you?
Yeah, I put like a little string, like vertical on the wall with like some tacks or something, and then I'll clip the corners of the cards onto that string to display them. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah, it does. Yeah,
I don't know if I explained that right.
yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's your favorite thing to can. What is something you can that you're like, I am never doing that again?
I don't think I've really had that yet.
You haven't come across anything like that where you're like, that's just a colossal fail. I'm never doing that. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So far, so good. So I
Yeah.
did ground pork, ground Italian pork, and just regular ground pork, and that was kind of my first meat that I pressure canned. And I was so nervous, but it worked out. And now I feel more confident, and so I'm doing all kinds of other stuff. But I thought it was going to be gross, and it's actually tastes the same as if you were to cook it.
Huh.
You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I've seen like I think it was like Homestead Tessie, where she would can meat, and it was like, ooh, yeah, that looks weird, but yeah, maybe not. I haven't actually tried it. I think I need to. I think I need to actually try some canned before I can fully decide on that. But
yeah, you'll have to try it.
In the dark. Welcome in.
Everybody's taste buds are different, and you can like I like to try to leave it kind of plain tasting, so that way you can take it and add seasoning. You can turn it into spaghetti or whatever it is that you're making, so that you're not just stuck with jars of, well, this is only for this kind of dinner and this is only for this kind of dinner. You can use it for multiple ways.
Does anyone have any questions for Heather in the chat? I have more questions, but I thought I would ask that in case anybody wants to ask you anything. So what kind of music do you listen to? Totally random.
I listen to everything.
Everything.
I do. I listen. I mostly just have it on my phone, and I just like songs that I like, and it's all throughout all the years. It can be country.
I make playlists that are private on YouTube, and then I just let them play like a playlist on YouTube. It's private. I think I might have one somewhere that might be public, but most of them are private, and I just let it play.
Yeah, it's a wide variety. Instrumental. There's some of that. Like the Christmas. What's the Christmas one? Dun dun dun. dun.
The Nutcracker.
Yeah, I like the Nutcracker. There's
or something maybe.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, and it's nice to have a variety, I guess. Oh, good. Yes. Yep, I have some of that as well, Alfonso, some country gospel and bluegrass, and we have some of that on my playlist. And
yeah, I have a pretty good variety of music too.
Yeah,
I like a lot
80s,
of
90s, some Frank Sinatra, all kinds of stuff.
So Heather and I have a collaboration going on, and it's old-fashioned crafts and recipes. So it could be a craft or it could be a recipe. So it could be either. And we're going to actually make this collaboration where it goes all the way through the end of next year. I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we're using the hashtag Homestead Crafts in Recipes. And also, if you happen to have like an old-fashioned apron or a bonnet or something you want to wear that you happen to have it. If you don't, just do your recipe or your craft anyway. But we just want to see what you guys come out with. So
yeah, it's kind of to help each other learn older skills instead of the newer stuff. Maybe that's from a box, or going back a
I
little
think
bit more.
my popcorn garland with the little straps of material hanging down, I think it looks really good. Like I got some of the decorations done in that room. I had to start early because my daughter and her boyfriend are coming on December 9th. So that's really only a few weeks away. So I had to go ahead and get on it. And I'm not trying to skip Thanksgiving. I have to do some cleaning with it because we're going to have,
Yeah,
we're going to have like a gathering. We're going to have that on the 9th. And the next weekend we'll be at my husband's mother's house. And then that next weekend is actually Christmas. So, I mean, boom, it's quick.
yeah, yeah.
Everything's already going quick. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's crazy.
Yeah, it used to be when I was when my kids were younger, I'd start like Christmas shopping and planning and getting things like back in June, July. Now it seems like the older I am, I'm like, oh shoot, it's like a week away.
I know. I
Yeah,
have to start early because I have a small budget. So I try to start like September, like fall.
yeah,
And sometimes even in August, like if there's sales of something that somebody might need, that you could, there's some people that
right.
their needs aren't seasonal. Like hubby is always going to need, basic things that he doesn't buy for himself during the year. So
Yeah,
those are things, if they go on sale, go ahead and purchase them and put them up because,
yeah.
he won't buy his own. I wanted to mention Daigo Daigo Crochet and Crafts is having a collaborative giveaway. And the videos are starting on November 22nd. Kind of like Fall Fest, a little slightly bit different. But if you're interested in joining that, you can just send her an email at daigocrochet01@gmail.com and she'll send you the info on that. So I just wanted to give her a plug on that real quick in case somebody was interested. Or you can email me and I'll forward you the email I have or whatever. I don't mind helping out. Also, I wanted to mention Heather with Milk and Honey Heritage Farm is going to do a new collaboration called #FunHolidayDrink. And it could be a hot drink or a cold drink. You want to tell them anything else about that?
Yeah, I just thought it would be fun if you're just with your family or doing a get together or a barbecue or whatever it is, holidays, to have some ideas of some fun drinks that you can make. And they can be non-alcoholic, or some people might do alcoholic. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like to make for a drink. And there's a question that Alfonso asked. Yes, I have 45 vinyl records, 45s. I have not a lot, but I have a few that I can listen to. And then you're so kind. I'm older than you, Alfonso.
I know. I read that question and I was like, Alfonso, you never ever ask a woman her age. It's very inappropriate. Thank you, but don't ask women their age. They don't like to talk about that. They may act like it's okay, but most of the time it's not okay. Anyway, thank you for the questions, Alfonso, but no, don't ask people their age. What channel inspired you, like before you were a YouTube channel? I know you were watching shows before you were a YouTube channel. What channel inspired you? Like mine was Homestead Tessie and Becky's Homestead, because I wanted to learn about chickens and stuff. And that's how all the homesteading like activities started with me. Not that I'm as far into it. Of course, I live in a city. It's a small city. We do have chickens and stuff like that.
Right.
But and I have canning and cooking and all that. But that sounds really good, Karen. That sounds like a good drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
something
I
like
can't
that.
wait
It's
for
right
you
up
to
the
put
alley.
it on the playlist.
Yeah, make a little video of it, and we'll add you. Well, she'll add you to her playlist that she's gonna do. You thought, huh?
It's
Oh,
bacon grease. No, I'm just kidding. Bacon grease. Anyways, oh, who inspired me? I lost it for a second there.
oh yeah, I know.
Um,
That's me, squirrel.
Gosh, I'm all over the place because when I find or think of something that I want to do, I research a lot of people and watch how they do things so then I can decide on my own. Like I would have to say that Roots and Refuge, I know
Uh-huh.
is one that I watch a lot. But there's so many. There's so many, and I like watching varieties, like I said, so that you can kind of like make sure that's how you understand how to make it or do it, you
Yeah,
know?
like when I've been on YouTube for 3 years. Okay, so I've literally made almost every single recipe. There might be two or three I haven't made on YouTube, but I've made everything I know how to make. So now when I have to join collaborations, I have to look stuff up because I don't have any new recipes. Now, when I
Right.
did Christine, Mrs. Gillen Farms, hashtag Wild Game November, I redid my enchiladas recipe that I had done about 3 years ago. So that was not even a new recipe. That was one I had already done on my channel, but I did it with beef and now I did it with venison. So,
Right.
and yeah, so yeah, those were my two. Becky's Homestead with the chickens and Homestead Tessie. I just learned so much stuff from them, and Homestead Tessie was so relatable because she like makes mistakes in her videos, and like she's not she's fully probably more edited now than when I was watching her, but I mean, at the time, you could still see a little bit of her mistakes now and then. It's like, you know what? If she's not perfect and she can do it, maybe I can do it, because
Oh, yeah.
so she's kind of the one that inspired me to start my channel. And I don't get to watch her as much as I want to, but I do try to go over there and visit once in a while and just see what she's kind of up to.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yes, I think it came out
Mhm.
cute. And let me tell you, it takes longer to make a popcorn garland than you think.
Yeah.
Watching,
Stringing all that popcorn.
I think it was Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. They were doing a Christmas tree on there, and they had strands and strands. No, it was Wind Calls the Heart. They had strands and strands of it. I was like, somebody sat there a long time to make that much because I didn't realize how breakable popcorn is when you're trying to string it.
Yeah, it's not
But it
easy.
is, yeah, it is not an easy task. So I
Mhm.
actually didn't end up making any more than that string. However, I have it right above the archway going from the dining room to the living room. So everybody's going to see it when I have all my company here. They're going to see it because they have to go down that archway stairway
Oh,
thing
that's
to go into
neat.
the living room.
Yeah.
So it
Good
is in
idea.
a good spot, so everybody will see it.
Yeah. I know I've got a lot of work to do to get ready for Thanksgiving.
Let's
But
see.
today I made butter.
Butter. Oh, that comes to there's a question. There's a
Okay.
question. There's a question. Let's see. I was trying to think of what I had. What is your favorite season of the year? Spring, summer, fall, winter,
I like them all
fall.
because um, winter I like it because I get to do a little more inside things like crafting and stuff like that, and preparing for the spring gardens and plants and things like that. And then the spring, I like all the colors and the flowers are popping. The bees are starting to do their
I like
thing.
the gardening. I look forward to the gardening.
Hmm.
Like I rest all fall, winter, except for the composting. I do my composting in the
Yeah.
fall, but I rest all winter. So when the spring comes, I'm looking forward to it. Starting about like February, March, I'm like itching to get out there and start
Right.
planting stuff.
Yeah. And then the summer is nice because then I get to be outside all day long because I am. and see
outside
it.
all day long in the summer. That would not even be possible in Texas. Like,
Oh yeah.
fall and spring are the only times fit.
You can be
The only time
outside.
it's fit to be outside.
Right.
Well, the winter is actually better than the summer because I can put on coats and gloves and hats, but there's no way to get unhot because Texas, there's no way to mistake, 2 months straight of 110 degrees.
Yeah,
You feel
that's
like
too much.
your face is burning off. I mean, literally, Texas is turned into Arizona. It's what it feels like.
Yeah. And then the fall, I really love the fall because then I'm almost done with preserving all my food and all the extra things you have to do outside. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
all have a purpose.
Every season has a purpose,
Yeah.
and that was kind of well designed that way. Pretty much we kind of rest in the winter and do more of our indoor things. How much snow do you get in your state?
Ooh, wow. It depends what area you live in. Where I'm at, we might get about 4 inches of snow for maybe a week, and then it'll melt, and it might snow again.
Yeah.
So we don't get a whole lot of snow.
Like we may get one, and if you're lucky, it'll be in the daytime where you can actually like go outside or take pictures or document the event.
Mhm.
But sometimes it'll happen in the night, and then you'll wake up the next day. It'll be warm and it'll already be melting. It's crazy.
Oh
But
wow.
we did have that real bad cold snap that everybody had. Texas got seriously kicked on that one because it was rough. And our pipes here are not buried deep enough.
Oh right. Yeah.
They need to be, but they do. Let's see. What kind of crafts or hobbies do you do, like sewing, crocheting, singing, making wreaths? I mean, what do you do besides gardening, cooking, and canning?
Everything. No, just kidding.
Everything.
I don't know. I do some sewing here and there. I made my for the collaboration that we have going. I made my apron and my bonnet. Sometimes I'll make blankets. What else do I do? Um, everything. My gosh, soaps. I do. Right now, I do melt and pour. I haven't done the other, with the lye. I haven't done that yet, but I will be. I dehydrate flowers. I make cards. I just, baking, just everything. I do a lot of different crafting. Like, wait, I can't. There, that.
This
Right there.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Is that like the burning?
That's
The burning?
I did a stencil with vinyl and then I just painted it.
Hello, all that fluff and stuff. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Oh, Alfonso had a question.
Oh. So we don't have it open for anybody. We do have some friends and family that come, and I have a small pumpkin patch which we're going to increase on this year, and we don't do hay rides, but we were looking into those little bucket where you pull with like a tractor or something, like those little bucket things that the kids sit in that you pull around Kaiser. So that's something we're looking into maybe doing. And then we don't have a gift shop as of yet. I've also done some fake leather. What is that fake leather called? I forget. I blanked out.
I call it pleather is what I call it.
Yeah. So I've done that, and I've cut out animal shapes and made earrings and of like farm animals and necklaces. So it's like a little chicken or cow or whatever.
Oh yeah, I won those earrings from CNC Farm. That Like I won 2 different things on her channel, but she sent it all together. And it was like, hey, there was some little chicken earrings in there, and they were made by Jason from Il Canerum. I guess she purchased them for the giveaway. So anyway, I love those little earrings. I got to where now I only wear earrings if I'm wearing my hair up, like in a ponytail or a bun. If I wear my hair down like this, I don't wear earrings. That's just
I only wear them when I'm doing a video.
I don't talk about snow. Oh, I bet. Oh my. Brr. That sounds cold, really
cold.
Let's see. Okay, so I know you wanted a freeze dryer. What kind of things did you want to do with the freeze dryer? Like what if someone just delivered one on your porch tomorrow, and I'm not saying I'm going to deliver one because
hey, that'd be nice. Come on, Gail.
that is not a hint in any way.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
High Bushcraft family.
High Bushcraft. So many things I would do with that. And I thought, why would you do candy? Let's make healthy stuff. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do Skittles so I can sell them and make my money back.
Yes. I've heard of other people doing that too.
Right.
They do their regular things, but they get the Skittles to you know.
But I thought it would be really nice because we've got a lot of blackberry in Oregon, you know, like blackberry bushes everywhere in Oregon. And I thought it would be really nice to do those, freeze dry those. And like, I've got lots of berries that I grow here, like raspberries and blueberries and, you know, meals and stuff like that. So I'd use it for a lot. Chicken feed. I could probably freeze dry a lot of like pumpkins and gourds and different things for the chickens or us.
I'm hoping to get those birdhouse gourds dried so I can make a birdhouse with it just for fun.
Yeah,
I have 3. So, and I asked Lisa from our Georgia Suburban Homestead, and she told me how to do it. So I'm gonna try her method and see how that works. But yes, freeze dryers for everyone because Gail is rich.
Not by me. I can't even get my own.
Anyone could share this on their community tab. I would appreciate that. And so would Heather. And if you are not friends with Heather, her link is pinned to the top of the chat. And if anyone wants their link pinned in the chat, just type the word dolphin and it'll pop up your little link there.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for them to go down. I'm gonna be very unfashionable about this. And I just see, if I had in my mind I wanted one, I could probably get one. It's just I have to think about it for a while and decide what would I really do with it. Because I've gotten things before that I haven't used I just haven't used enough. And so I'm like, I want one. It'll be fun to play with, but am I really going to use it all the time? And I mean, I think you could get some use out of it. I would like to try some freeze-dried foods. Now, I tried a lot of like candy and fruits. I want to try some food, real food. You know,
like meals. Like
our Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. At the meetup, I went into their RV and I got to try strawberries and Whoppers and sugar babies. And I'm trying to think what else. Just all kinds of candy, mostly candies and stuff like that. Right. And it was really cool. The only thing I think is better dehydrated than freeze dried is marshmallows. I think marshmallows are actually better dehydrated than
if you did miniature
marshmallows. Somebody's like, why would you dehydrate marshmallows? Because when they're sitting there in the bag, they get all sticky on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you buy a bag and you want to use them for hot chocolate or whatever, and you know, and they're good in hot chocolate, they'll like fluff up in your cup. So I mean, you could just have bars of them, and you know, and they don't stick together in it, and they last. And if you were really desperate and needed some candy, you could go in there and eat them. They're pretty good like that. So
yeah, I think it would be fun to do like I don't know, whatever you were going to use for like have like things of freeze dried peas and celery and carrots and all that stuff where
Stuff
you
for
could.
stew. Is that what you're talking
Yeah, yeah. And I
about?
thought it'd be pretty to do even jars, like layering the jars with like carrots and peas and seasoning and
So it'd be
all the
like
things.
a soup mix that you could just kind of
Yeah.
put in
You just put broth or water in it
water.
and
Yeah.
you've got, soup
Maybe tomato
ready to
sauce.
go. Yeah. So
Mhm. How many chickens do you have?
I don't know. I think I'm at like 25 hens. Yeah.
I have 14.
Okay.
In case
Yeah.
I do a giveaway in the future and I ask about chickens, right now I have 14. Remember that.
Ooh, remember.
You have a rooster?
Yes. We actually had 2 roosters, but one rooster didn't like the other one after a while, and he's gone now. So we have 1 rooster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm only getting like 2 to 3, maybe 4 eggs a day right now because they're molting. So
Yeah, I
all
have
right.
a lot that are molting too. I'm getting about 6 or 8 out of 14 chickens right now.
Yeah, your chickens
But
are
it's
better
not
than
as
mine.
cold here, so that's part of it. Would you say?
Oh yeah. I said your chickens are better than mine. I have more and you get more eggs.
Well, it's not as cold.
Yeah. True.
So that's probably part of it. I don't think we get a winter dip, but I don't know if our winter dip is as bad as someone where it's actually cold. I think they're maybe their clock doesn't turn off quite so long in a warm climate. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Like I studied all that stuff when I first got chickens, but anyway, I think it has to do with our weather.
Yeah, because it's 48 today.
I was going to ask you what else you make out of your fresh cow's milk. I see you make yogurt, and you mentioned early butter. What else? What other kind of plans do you have?
Yogurt, butter. What else? We're waiting for some cultures to come in the mail so we can do cheese. We're gonna start doing mozzarella for a starter, and then get into all kinds of other cheeses. So
cheese, yeah. I watched the video on somebody making cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did.
Good. It's good. We've made mozzarella before, like purchasing milk from like a farm.
I think mine was the one I watched was like some kind of Italian type cheese. It was like a Polish Italian type cheese, something like that.
Yeah, I'd like to make pepper jack cheese.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking you might be able to make it out of mozzarella if you added the right things in it.
Yeah, why not? Sounds good to me. What is the next video you plan to make on your channel? Like you're like, okay, I gotta get on that. That's next on my list.
I have a couple of videos that I've been working on. I've got some beeswax because I raise honeybees. I've got a bunch of beeswax I'm rendering down, which is melting, and you let it go through like a cloth so that it gets all the bits that you don't want in the wax. So I'm working on a video on that to show the process of that.
Have you seen where they make covers with the beeswax? Yeah. Homestead Tessie has a video where she takes pieces of cloth and she makes bowl covers, and it keeps you from having to use plastic wrap. And she puts the beeswax on it, hangs it on a line, and she just crinkles it around.
I'll have to watch that because I've seen those before. I wasn't sure how that.
Remind me, I'll send you that video, or you can even do Homestead Tessie bowl cover, something like that, and you could probably pull
that'd
it.
Be neat.
But you mentioned that, and I just thought of that because I I think she had like a miscellaneous video that had like several different things in it, and that was one of them. And I was like, oh, that does look cool. I would like to have some of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to be doing soon some bentonite clay stuff. I use it for deodorant, and then I'm going to do a face mask and then another thing with the bentonite clay in one video. What I use that for. Gosh, there's so many things I'm doing. There's collaborations. I'm going to be making some cookies for your channel and I think one more other channel.
Yes, if you do cooking on your channel, hashtag Elf Cookies 23, open collaboration December 1st through the 25th. Put out your video anytime, any day. Tag me. I'll add you to the playlist.
Right.
And then I'm going to take all the commenters and I'm going to make up a list of the ones that are commenting the most. And I'm going to run the wheel and get out a gift card to one of them. So,
yeah. So I kind of I just like whatever I am doing, not everything, but sometimes I'm like, I should videotape this. So it could be something I'm crafting or whatnot. I will be making
that's part of your life is that everything you do, you're thinking, okay, I need to take this picture horizontal so I can add it to a video or whatever. And I've been trying to add pictures into my videos lately, like either at the beginning or at the end. So if you guys like to see family pictures, I've been doing that. Some are old, some are new, some you've seen, some you've probably not seen. So that's one thing I've been doing.
Yeah, I'll be doing some chapsticks shortly. Oh my gosh, so many things.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm planning to do the soap making. I'm still planning to do the soap making. I have one more thing to get to be able to do it, but I can do my melt and pour now. So as soon as I can fit that in somewhere, I'm gonna go ahead and do the melt and pour soap first, and then because I can do that without my immersion blender, and then when I get the immersion blender, I can do the live soap.
That's what I was gonna do. One melt and pour, and I wanted to take. I have some dried dandelions, and I wanted to kind of try to powder them up. I have clear melt and pour, so I wanted to put that in there and make some soaps with that, just to show how it can like yellow it with natural flower. Coloring.
Yeah, I bought some of that rhubarb powder in a pouch thing, but you know, I would grow rhubarb. Like if I had seed, I would totally grow it. So if anybody has any, you could send me some. I'll grow it. I mean, I'll try it, but I've never tried it. But anyway, I watched somebody make soap with that rhubarb. Now they actually had the rhubarb and did the whole thing, but I ordered mine on Amazon, and I think it's a powder, but it makes the soap the prettiest pinkish purple you ever seen. And I love purple. So I was like, ooh, I gotta have it. So I don't know what scent I'm gonna put with that. I'm gonna try to think of a scent that goes with purple. You know what I mean? Because they say you kind of want your soaps and candles are one of those things. You want the smell to match the color. So if you're doing lemon, you want to do yellow. If you're doing orange, you want to do orange. You know, so I'm gonna think of something like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, sweet pea. I don't know what colors do they usually do for sweet pea. I don't even know. I'll think of something.
Green, like a
green,
not like grass, kind of like I guess you call it army green. Maybe that's not what they call it anymore.
I'll have to look back at Amazon or look at the ones I have first to make sure. Sister did buy me some. Oh, I know. One of those scents that's not necessarily would be exactly related. It was more like relaxation or da-da-da.
Yeah.
One of those kind of smells. But I need to kind of like smell it a little bit so I could see, does this say purple to me? I don't know. Does it say purple?
Yeah.
So when you're doing your chores around the homestead, what is like your least favorite thing to do? You're like, oh, God, do I have to do that today?
It's getting out of bed in the morning and knowing that I have to start.
Okay, so just getting started all together. That's funny.
Yeah, but once I get dressed outside, then I look at like the sunrise and my mood just completely changes quickly. So I don't know. I don't mind really like having to clean or mow or weed whack. I mean, like I said, the before sometimes is like, but
I
then
feel
when you're
so
doing
bad.
it,
Everybody, all the homesteaders and stuff say, "Oh, they're out there mowing the lawn and doing whatever." My husband does all the yard work.
well, mine does most of the mowing, but I do some weed whacking and
Yeah,
stuff
he
because
does the mowing and the weed whacking and all. He does
yeah,
all that stuff. And he builds the stuff for me. I don't build my own stuff either. When I wanted raised beds, I bought the wood, I bought the nails, I bought the paint, and here you go. Gave him a
there you
general
go.
idea of
You
what I
got
wanted.
all you need.
And like when I wanted the gardening table, he did that. And then he took about half of the gardening table and I asked him if he would turn it into a cat shelter outside to keep the cats warm in the winter.
Mhm.
So there's 2 cats out there. And so he did that for me. So he's done all my little projects I've asked him to do. So now I'm
Nice.
so excited next year when I go to pot up all my stuff. I have a full gardening table where I can, because I'm always like trying to figure out where to work back there. It's like I need a workspace. Like for YouTube, my kitchen counter is my workspace. I cook there. I do my videos there. I do my friend mail. I do everything on my kitchen counter, and sometimes it looks a mess. Like right now, I'm gonna admit it looks bad. Like it's
It
behind
happens.
this right here. You can't see it, but yeah, it's just stuff that just needs to be put up. I mean, I guess that's what a mess is. It's just stuff
Yeah.
that needs to be put back where it goes. Um,
Well, on my kitchen table, I've got piles of books, like cheese making books and, you know, all those kind of books. I got seed potatoes. I've got some wheat berries that I need to put away. Like I've got all kinds
I
of stuff
know. I
going on.
actually have two seed things I need to go out there and harvest. I need to harvest my zinnia seeds, and I would like to go out there and harvest some more marigold seeds.
Oh yeah.
Even though I do probably have enough marigolds, so I don't know. I'll do the zinnias next because I do actually have a jar full of marigold seeds already. So,
That's like good.
what advice for your 5 months you've been on YouTube, for what you've learned so far? What advice do you have for a small YouTuber out there that's just starting out, that hasn't even gotten as far as you've gotten? What advice do you have for them?
I would just say just keep at it and be you, be real, and make friends.
Make friends. That's right. Your people are out there, and your people are not everybody else's people. When somebody said that to me, it sounded so cliche, but it's so true. Your people are your people. I'm not the most popular person on YouTube. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm different. Everybody feels different, I guess, but
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah.
different type of
Yeah.
person than me.
Exactly.
I'm a little mouthy, sweet, a little funny, a little. If you get to know me well enough, there's like multifacets of my personality. And of course, Heather knows me really well because we've spent a lot of time on the phone, but
Yeah.
maybe not everybody in the chat has spent time on the phone with me, but I actually do have quite a sense of humor. Now, I have met Kathleen with My Alabama Farm Life. I met her about 2 years ago at a meetup. So I did get to meet her.
That's nice.
This is my last question I always ask at the end of the night. Do
Mhm.
you have a question for me?
What are your goals for Gail's Southern Living for the future of Gail's Southern Living?
I want to keep learning things. Like this year, I did the first sourdough thing. I do need to restart mine. I'll be honest, I need to restart mine. But just to keep trying to learn things like the soap making and stuff like that, just to keep
Yeah.
challenging myself, to preserve things, to can things, to do things for people, for me to motivate people at the same time, people to motivate me, and just make
Right.
friends. And part of it was that I got on YouTube is because I was actually kind of kind of lonely, kind of bored, just
Oh,
got the injury, and I was kind of lonely, kind of bored, and I felt like Homestead Tessie was like my sister or something, right there in the house with me. And then finally, I was like, I was headed on a trip to Montana, and I was thinking, I was thinking because I had a lot of time in the car. I was like, I think I'm going to do it. When I get back, I'm going to do it. And I hadn't told my husband yet. And I told my husband and my daughters, and I was like, I don't know what they're going to say. Because, if you ask anybody I went to high school with, if I would have started a YouTube channel and even had got this far with it, they would be like, no, she is shy. She has not the personality at all for this. This is not going to happen. They would all tell you, no, 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 no. She would not do that.
yeah.
But yeah, just to keep learning, keep inspiring people, keep making friends, and it is technically my job, but it's a fun job. I have a good time doing it. My mom's like, man, you do a lot of work for a small amount of money. I'm like, yeah, you're right, I do. And then I turn around and I try to put some of it back into my channel by buying gift cards and stamps and things like that I need for my channel. So,
Right.
I probably, I want to say I might take $50 out of my YouTube check to put back into my channel, somewhere between $30 and $50 per paycheck I put into the YouTube channel. And right now I got to buy some postage stamps to send out some Christmas cards. So
Yeah.
and you never know which ones are going to show up in the mail to you. So you have to be prepared with some that are ready too. So there's that.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Especially now, I think you maybe you might check into it. I know you haven't gotten one yet, but you could check into it because
I should and see how much they are.
The more public your channel is, the more public your address is the more like friend mail and stuff that you get when you're making it kind of easy.
I didn't want to like start spending money too soon
right away
because I didn't know if it would be
I kind of already had mine. I kind of already had mine for couponing. So I just, combined. So I kind of have a dual purpose. I took a little break from couponing and I'm going to go back to it. And for everybody who's in the chat, I am not at all working on the Coupon Gail channel. I let it sit too long and I'm just not, it's still there. I actually went to it the other day and I changed it to not a channel and put my face instead of a logo.
Okay.
And people, when they look at it, hopefully they'll know I'm not. Now it's my backup channel. If I go and get myself kicked off of YouTube somehow, I'll just change the name to Gail Southern Living and maybe just leave out the S on the Gail's or whatever. And so that's my backup channel. It's already at 1,000, so I'm not going to just dissolve of it. That would be silly. So I'm just going to leave it there just in case I ever need it.
There's a question about the bentonite clay. No, I have not drank it yet. I don't know yet. I'd have to do some more research on that. But your feet are one of your biggest orifices. So if you did 2 parts water to 1 part clay and soak your feet in that, that can be a huge help. So look into maybe trying that out. I don't know about drinking it though. But they've had it around for thousands of years, which is interesting. What else?
Fast and dumb or slow and smart? I think dumb, because maybe you could fool them out of something somehow. Thank you, all that fluff and stuff. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the super chat.
Did you read Bushcraft? Oh,
Bushcraft family has a question. Did you see the question? I'm going to say fast and dumb.
Slow and smart.
Because if they're slow, you can run, right?
Well, That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kind of on
You guys
both.
do a
I'm on
debate
both.
about this on your that's a good question though. Because if they were slow, you could run from them. You could just always run from them.
But they're
But if
smart, so
they're
they
not,
would
you
last
maybe trick
longer.
them out of yeah,
And
they
then,
maybe could
right,
that's
if
true.
they're
I think
fast
you're
and
better off with
dumb,
a dummy.
maybe fast and dumb because they would go away quicker. Maybe. I think he should tell him that we give him a thumbs up on doing that.
I'm trying to see.
Oh yeah, I don't want them coming in my room. Could you imagine waking up to that?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that would be nice not to have to pay for postage.
Yeah, for sure. So get your drink ideas together.
And
That'll
open up.
be coming out right after Thanksgiving, so
Yes.
that we can we'll do it until the spring, and then in the spring we might switch to spring summertime kind of drinks, just so that we all have some fun, entertaining kind of things to
Yeah.
change things up.
That sounds good. Yeah. If you guys want to do that, it's fun holiday drink. Drink or drinks? Drink. Fun holiday drink.
Probably drinks.
Drinks, yeah. I'm going to announce it on this Thursday's upcoming collabs video. So if you guys want to come back to the details,
Yeah.
I'll have that on there. I'll have all the details on there.
Yeah, I'll probably be making one in the next couple of days, and I'll just video it to have it ready so I can.
Ones can open doors. See, I was right. Fast but dumb. It's better. Yeah. I bet they did a whole live about this the other day or something. Couldn't you see them talking about that on their channel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to make
Oh,
some.
yeah, that's true.
I need to get on it. I got like a few collabs I've joined, and once I get that kind of in order, I want to try to get this soap making thing.
Yeah, me too. That's another good thing about the freeze dryer too, is you can do all your.
Deeper. Did I miss you? I'm so sorry. Hello, Huga Homestead. Thank you for the super chat, all that fluff and stuff. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah. I like that. It's cute. All that fluff and stuff.
All that fluff and stuff. Yeah, it's a cute. I would say they're in the Truer chat community. That's like where I first heard about them from. And so, yeah, I've got a pretty good variety of different people. I was even looking at my members. Even my members are a variety of different people. There's like
me too.
Channels, paper craft channels, cooking, gardening, homesteading, traveling.
Yeah, I've got a lot of different variety too.
Yeah.
So another collaboration I was thinking about doing is doing a video on talking about gardening and making it to where people who are new or people who had an issue or they don't know how to grow something, they can post their question like, I can't grow potatoes. How do I grow potatoes? What do I need? And then other people can chime in and say, if you do this and this, what do you think? So we can help each other better our successes at the things that we're planting. Or like I said, if there's people who've never done it, they can learn as well. So that's what I was thinking.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea. I'm thinking about doing, hello, Simply Jan Homestead. How are you?
Hi, Jan.
Thinking about doing a smoothie recipe, like maybe in January, like a smoothie collab sometime in January.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I've got some different things that I could make.
I can go into my refrigerator almost at any point and make some kind of a smoothie. Like, okay, you're out of milk, use yogurt, you know.
Right.
Cream, ice cream, you know.
Frozen berries.
Mm-hmm. I made my first blueberry smoothie. Oh, you saw the video on that. It came out really good. I was like, wow, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
because the blueberries were frozen, because Mom had just given me some frozen blueberries. I'm like, what am I going to do with these frozen blueberries? I'm like, okay, well, for today, I can just make a little smoothie. And so I just made myself a little smoothie with almond milk. And
That would be one thing that you could do with a freeze dryer. Well, you could probably do it with a dehydrator to dehydrate, like, say, blueberries. And then you could grind it and turn it into powder and have like jars of blueberry powder. And then you could just add that to whatever it is that you're making, yogurt or,
that's
drink.
good. Yeah. Yep. That's
Takes up less
neat.
space.
That's neat. I want to do some more of these, like I did taco seasoning mix, homemade. Making up your own. I've done ranch. I'd like to do some more things like that. You know what I need to look up? I need to look up if they have like a Mrs. Dash, like a homemade Mrs. Dash.
I'm sure they do somewhere.
Like non-salt kind of thing that you can put to kind of, keep yourself away from the salt. That'd be kind of neat. I'm gonna look that up. I was trying to think what other kind of mixes could you make up? Maybe like a fajita seasoning or maybe a chili seasoning, because stuff like that. I love it because it's so easy.
That could be a good collaboration for you.
Yeah, like a seasoning mix. Yeah, I've done taco seasoning and ranch so far. So that's
I do like a marinade kind of seasoning. I have a
It
doesn't have a name to it.
I told you I was going to call you out for steer simber, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's good. That's all right.
That's all right. I already have my steak. I just needed time to get it cooked, and I need to get everything I need for the marinade. I'm going to marinate mine, and then I don't know if I'm going to cook them on the grill, on the stove, or in the crock pot. I don't guess it matters how you cook it, right, Jan? It doesn't have anything to do with how you cook it. It's just as long as it's steak. So anyway, I think about doing it in the crock pot possibly. But I do need to get off. I have a church movie night we're going to do tonight. So I have a little church event to go to. But I enjoyed hanging out with you, Heather. And
that was fun. And thank you, everybody in chat, for coming in and joining.
Yes, definitely. If you guys are not friends with Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, her link is pinned to the top of the chat, but it's also in the description box of this video. So go hook up with her channel, check out her videos. She does a lot of really good homemade type things from scratch that, you can learn a lot of stuff from her. So go check out her channel. And thank you guys all for coming in. Thank you again, all that fluff and stuff for the super chat. I appreciate it. And thank you guys all for coming in. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, definitely. I got videos Monday through Wednesday. I don't have anything for Thursday or Friday yet, so I got to get on it. I got to get something going on tomorrow.
I have one that I'm putting together for the day before Thanksgiving. But thank you, everybody, for joining.
For coming in.
Have a great day. Thank you, Gail, for interviewing me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to get yours done.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, guys. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate all of you. You are awesome. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Garden State Gardener has a really big interview tonight, so go check that out and see who he's going to interview for tonight. Bye, everybody.